Yeah, hi Karthik, how are you?
Hi Rajesh and hi Suresh. Good morning. I'm good.
Morning.
How are you?
Yeah, very good, very good. Thanks for
Yeah.
asking. Suresh here is another senior engineer here.
Okay.
Shall we start now?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Can you
Yeah, hi
introduce
people.
yourself? Yeah, hi Suresh.
Uh,
Yeah,
yes, Suresh. Yeah.
Yeah, continue, Rajesh. Go ahead.
okay. Yeah. Now, can you please introduce yourself, Karthik?
Sure, sure. Hello, my name is Karthik Reddy, and I'm a senior Devops engineer. I have 8 years of experience in building and automation and optimizing critical deployments in Helm and Corden. Yeah, actually, I worked in Helm and Corden, and my expertise in Kubernetes, Docker, Jenkins, Terraform, and cloud platforms like AWS, GCP, and we mainly work on AWS, and this is the workflow and enhanced system reliability which we are doing in our company. And I began my career as system administrator, and where I deployed a strong foundation in Linux systems and Bash scripting. Over the years, I transitioned myself into DevOps and taking some leadership roles like I started my career as junior engineer, and then I upgraded my skills and I changed my role to senior engineer in the same company. And there I have designed CI/CD and pipelines.
Mhm.
I implemented infrastructure as code and led migrations to cloud native architectures. So my key skills mainly will be in AWS, and in AWS I deploy the data to Jenkins. So there we do automation. So it will deploy the code, and they in the Jenkins it goes to the code, and there'll be a 80% code coverage, and there'll be errors in so if there is any error, it shows. It's if it's a beyond 80%, then it shows the error. Then if it's over the 80%, then it will deploy to the source.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. See, even though we're looking for a senior, DevOps engineer, I'd like to
Yes.
start from the basic, actually.
Yeah.
So, can you explain what is DevOps and like how does it differ from traditional IT practices?
DevOps is a set of practices that combines dev and ops. Dev is like a developer and operations. Like developer will give us a code, and as a DevOps engineer, we have to check for the errors in that code, and we have to deploy it in our source. And so where we do automation and integration, which results in faster delivery, reliability of the code. So it will be the better for the business, like if it's a big company. So where developer can't do all these things alone, so which senior engineer takes care of the coding, and if there is any errors, so we'll do automation. So if there is any error, then the particular line where error is found, then developer will rectify the error and give us the new code.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah. So, can you explain the benefits of CI/CD, like continuous integration and continuous deployment?
Yes, continuous integration and continuous deployment is like, if there is if it's a automatically tested and integrated one. So if any shared repos, so repos is like actually, um, it's like a folder. So if anything found in that folder, like the code, or any bug detected, so the continuous deployment won't deploy the code, so it gives us back the code. So there is a particular error in the specific line, so we fix that bug, and then we, if we deploy that, then it will goes to the source.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yes.
Okay. So describe the concept of infrastructure as a code, and also I wanted to understand what tools have you used for it.
So I for the infrastructure as a code, I use Terraform, and we mainly use AWS. So for in AWS we use Cloud Formation and Ansible. Ansible as the code. So we use these tools for infrastructure as a code. Yeah.
Ansible is kind of automation.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Mhm. So what is your approach to managing the version control in a team setting?
So for this, I use Git as a workflow, Git flow or trunk based development. So depending on the project, these ensure uh, organized branching and merging strategies. Branching in the sense, there'll be a lot of branches in the Git. For these, we use GitHub Actions or GitLab CI/CD to integrate the version control with pipelines like CI/CD pipelines.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you please walk us through how would a design like the CI/CD pipeline for a microservice application?
Yes. There'll be 6 stages in the CI/CD pipeline. So the first stage will be the pulling code from the version control tool. Like the version control tool is like a Git. And for the second stage, we build each microservices independently using Docker. Docker is one of the tool we use to build some service code. And for the stage three, we run the unit tests, and we use code linting and all. We do code linting and all, and after that we it goes to the stage 4. Stage 4 will deploy the staging environment. This is the fourth part. 80% code will be generated, and after that stage we will run the integration and end to end test. So the code which we have, which developer has given, we will run all the tests, end to end tests. So after that it goes to the stage 6. In stage 6 we deploy using tools like Jenkins, GitLab, to implement all the stages to be done perfectly or not. Yeah.
Mhm.
For the CAC.
Okay.
Yeah.
What tools have you used for CI/CD?
Like I said, we use Jenkins and GitLab, and GitHub Actions we use, and because Jenkins is the best one we use for all the CI/CD. So because it offers very flexible, it is very flexibility, and it has a plugin support. So for each thing we can install a plugin, and we can deploy that. It's easy for us for if we use Jenkins for CI/CD.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you ensure that a rollback capabilities in CI/CD pipeline?
uh, you mean the rollback capabilities
Yes.
for the CI/CD pipeline?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, for this we use version artifacts to revert to the stable release. So if we implement blue-green deployments or any canary releases for minimal impact during rollback service, but we use automate database to migrations with rollback scripts to maintain data integrity, like containerization and orchestration. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you explain the difference between Docker and Kubernetes?
Yes. Docker we can use in both the platforms like AW using in uh, uh, AWS and as well as GCP. But Docker is used for the building and shipping and running containers in, and Kubernetes is an orchestration tool which use it for managing and scaling the deploy containerized applications across the all clusters. Yes.
Okay. Give me a minute, Karthik.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Raj.
Yeah. Fine. So,
Yeah.
how do you manage the scaling and load balancing in Kubernetes?
For the scaling, we use horizontal pods it's called as HPA in GCP words. HPA which auto scales to adjust all replicas based on metrics like CPU or memory. It balances all order scales, and load balancing is used for cluster IP, node port, or any ingress controller like HTTP. It's a network based, so it balances all the IPs and HTTP traffic routing and
Mhm.
yeah.
Have you heard about Helm chart?
Yes, we use very often that, but
Mhm.
yes, we did in some of the projects.
Can you explain the purpose of Helm chart?
Yeah, sure, sure. Yes, we use help chat as a packaging manager, like for the Kubernetes that simplifies the deployment of applications,
Mhm.
and it used to templating the Kubernetes manifest, and it enables version control and easy updates for the cloud infrastructure. Yeah.
Okay. Which cloud platforms have you worked with before? Like,
Like I said in my self introduction, we mainly use AWS and GCP.
okay,
Azure, we never got a chance to work on Azure, but I
Mhm.
know about Azure as well.
Okay. What are the
Yes.
key differences have you seen between them?
You mean
Um,
differences between AWS and all these three platforms?
yeah, both. Like, as you said, you have experience in AWS and Azure, right? AWS and GCP, right? So
GCP,
I
not
just
Azure.
wanted to understand, like, what is the key differences that you have seen in both?
AWS is very user friendly. Like it's a broadest range of services. Like global reach is very high for the AWS. This is the first one I think, which is the cloud platform,
Yes.
and after that, um,
Yes. After that, Azure
Azure, Microsoft has developed Azure.
and GCP,
This is
right?
the best integration services with the Microsoft, but not some of the tools we use only for some of the tools which doesn't support Azure, so we use AWS and
Which one you
GCP.
recommend? Like, which one you recommend?
uh, I recommend AWS. AWS is easy, and GCP also it's very friendly, user friendly.
Mhm.
It's like a data analytics and machine learning. It's for machine learning and all the coding. GCP is the best. But for the user friendly one, we I prefer AWS.
Mhm. Which one is cost effective? Like, do you think?
Uh, GCP.
GCP, okay.
Azure, AWS is bit costly, but it gives faster integration and all. It's a bit faster than GCP, I
Mhm.
feel.
Okay, good. How do you manage this cost optimization in cloud environments, as you said?
Yes, we use tools for. There is one tool for AWS, which is AWS Cost Explorer, or in GCP, it is cost management to monitor expenses.
Mhm.
But like when we employ auto scaling and spot instances, um, decommission will be unused resources. There will be decommission unused resources, and to reserve these instances or saving plans, we for the predictable workloads.
Have you heard about high availability? What is it used for? How it is benefits for project?
You mean the cost
High,
optimization?
no, no, no. I'm talking about high availability.
Um, High availability. What about
In what is high availability? Like how do you explain high availability?
high availability?
Yes, yes.
High availability which will be multi-region or multi-zone deployments, which we use for load balances, and this is a multi-region. Like there'll be some regions in AWS, like USA and Canada, and there'll be some regions. So
Data centers.
um,
Can be
yeah,
data
sorry.
center. Data centers like.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm,
And in India, we have Mumbai and Delhi. Mainly Mumbai we use for
mhm,
the region specific.
mhm.
Yes. So this is a high availability for multi-region and multi-zone deployments with load balancers. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. How do you manage this monitoring? Like, do you guys do manually or do you have any tools for monitoring and logging?
We have multiple tools for monitor and logging. We use Grafna for visualization, and ELK stack. ELK is like Elasticsearch, log stack, Kibana. You heard about Kibana, right? I think
Yes, yes.
that's very rarely used for logging and cloud native solutions for AWS CloudWatch and GCP Stack Driver.
Yeah. What
Yes.
about the alert? Like, how do you handle this alert fatigue in monitoring systems?
Mm, Alert fatigue is in monitoring systems.
Yes, in monitoring systems. Yeah.
Okay. For to It is used for configuring alerts based on priority and thresholds. Like it's a group similar alerts, group based alerts, and we use tools for that pager duty to escalate any critical incidents. For if any critical incident, we use this tool to monitoring these, and which alerts us, so we can immediately fix that, and we regularly review that, and we refine alert rules and all. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to understand what is the process that you follow for diagnosing or resolving incidents in production. Just need a
Mm,
process. What the process you follow?
okay. For that, we identify and prioritize the issue first
Mhm,
by using logs and monitoring tools,
mhm,
and we use rollback or isolate the faulty service if needed,
mhm,
because for the everything we take backup, and if any faulty services, if any bug is there, we use rollback service, and we use perform a root cause, uh, which analyze and document finding for preventing recurrence
mhm.
security and compliance.
Okay. Fine. Think I'm good, Karthik. Since this is the
Yes,
first
sir.
level of technical evolution, we don't
Yes.
want to go into the much deep. We have
Okay.
Suresh, I think. Suresh, I'm good, Suresh. Do you have any questions for Karthik?
No, Rajesh, so far good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
And thank you for your time, Karthik.
Thank you,
And
Suresh. Thank you, Rajesh.
Yeah,
yeah,
thanks, Karthik. Like if I can
If
get back to you for the
sure,
post.
if anything is there, you can get back to me.
Uh,
You can get back to me.
sure, sure.
Yeah.
I will contact you for the. Yeah,
Sure, sure.
thanks.
Yeah. Yes,
Suresh.
Rajesh.
Yeah, thanks, Karthik.
thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Thank
Have a nice day. Yeah.
thank you.